Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I do for the one. I go where they try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. If you watched my last review, I did move locations. You see, it's much shadier here. There's no people around. I think I'm going to be good. Hopefully, no interruptions from older people trying to mail shit on Saturday. It's got to be, is that like a stereotype? I feel like that's a stereotype that is a thing, but hasn't been implemented yet. I don't think there's too many young folks mailing shit on Saturday. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. I don't mail a lot of stuff. Like, every now and again, I mail some stuff to my friend in Germany, or like maybe to a family member that's out of state. Pretty rare. But anyway. Folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm inside the truck, boom, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Well, folks, boom, it's my Dragon Ball shirt. I love this shirt. I got it pretty recently, like literally about a week ago. I love it. Like, not only do I just really like Dragon Ball, but it's got all the classic Z fighters there. I mean, you know, there's some you could have maybe had, you know, maybe your Yajirobe, maybe Master Roshi, but they weren't really like the Z fighters per se. They were kind of adjacent. But it would have been nice, you know, like Launch and Bulma and stuff like that. But, you know, just the classic Z fighters. But I love like the black and white with like just the stark red and then the Dragon Balls. It's very pleasing aesthetically. Plus it's got Tien. Tien's my favorite character. I had a hamster named after Tien because he went over there. He had a little spot right in the middle of his head with his fur, and I was like, you're like a little three-eyed dude. So it came down to either Hiei or Tien, and I already had a hamster that was named after a Yu Yu Hakusho character, so I was like, we'll go with Tien. I miss Tien. He was a good hamster. Anyway, what am I trying for you folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, I just got through doing a review of some boneless chicken wings from a place called Fry N Wings. Fry N Wings. They are an Asian fusion chicken place. I mentioned in the last review as well, but I've actually tried a place similar to this, a little bit closer to where I live now, called Dak Dak Korean Wings. Go check out those videos. But this is a place that's actually in my old hometown, and I finally was like, all right, man, let's get in there. Let's do this. So, what am I reviewing for you now, folks? Well, it's not wings. It's instead, boom, it's chicken tenders. We're going to have to do way better than that. Well, we can just, why am I stupid? Why can I not just do this the way that it should be done? Oh, God, it's so warm. Can we get a thing? Ha, 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 ha. Sure. These are specifically with their Asian Cajun sauce. Because the way the format works is you pick a chicken template on which to go over there and put whatever they put on there. They have wings, boneless wings, normal wings, what have you. And then you choose a sauce to go on top of it. The last one I did was the salted egg, and this one is the Asian Cajun. It was another one that they personally recommended. They said it's, you know, one of their favorites. They're the people who run the stuff. So I'm going to go with what they say. Let's try some chicken tenders, because I'm a big boy. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, right off the bat, I have to give them props again for the chicken. The crunch is spectacular. Like, the texture of the crunch is amazing. The inside, nice and moist and tender. It's cooked perfectly. It's super tasty chicken. That part, they nailed down. No problem. I have full confidence in their ability to do this. So it's the sauce that we're talking about here. Trying to really get a good scope on that. So I think, and I could be 100% wrong, because fuck knows I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm guessing the Asian Cajun aspect of things is like maybe some soy sauce mixed with like some Cajun seasonings. Because I'm definitely getting a soy sauce kind of vibe, especially like the brunt of the flavor. I'm not saying it tastes like directly like soy sauce, but it definitely has like an aspect to that, where it has that very sort of like sharp kind of saltiness to it. And then as that kind of the front of that sort of fades out a little bit, that's when you get sort of, something evocative like a Cajun kind of seasoning. A little bit spicy, but a lot of bold flavor. It's interesting. It's interesting. Fanta. By the way, thanks to all you folks who went over there and watched my grape Fanta review. I went over there and I did that basically as a little bit of a lark, because like I just figured it would be a cheap way for me to go over there and do a review plus drink some grape Fanta, which I just wanted to do anyway. And it got like damn near 200 views at the time I'm doing this, and I was like, apparently people wanted to know everybody's opinion, or at least my opinion, about grape Fanta. I could do one about orange if you want. So yeah, I like it. I love one thing that I'm definitely noticing between this and their previous review: bold flavors. Very, very bold flavors. The salted egg, super, super flavorful. I've made mention of this before in some of my other videos, typically when I'm doing them from my car, to folks who think that it's like super cool to have like an obnoxiously loud exhaust. It's not, man. It's just not. It really isn't. Like, and I get it, when you're younger, you're like, loud noise, and it's like, yeah, you have 3 brain cells rotating around in your head. And don't get me wrong, that's not me trying to shit on younger generations. That's every generation. Like, every generation tries to make it seem like, oh, their generation was so much better. No, you all sucked. My generation sucked. Generation before sucked. Generation before sucked. Just get that shit out of the way. Okay? Takes time to grow and learn into things. But no. I like them. They're very unique. Because even though, like I said, I think, I'm sort of getting what the general flavor profile of it is. For one thing, I love soy sauce. I actually have my own little personal sauce that I will occasionally make, which is just a mixture of soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce. It's like 2 of my favorite sauces, and they're both fantastic, so I was like, put them together. It's pretty good. But no, I think for me, between this and the salted egg, I prefer the salted egg, even though I do like this one quite a bit. Only thing with this one, even though the last one was pretty rich, this one is even a little bit richer, because it's got that, like I said, it's got that kind of saltiness from the soy sauce. And while I wouldn't consider it overdoing it, it's definitely something where, like, even with these, because it was like 6 pieces, even with these 6 pieces, it's one of those things where it's like, I would have to need to pace myself a little bit, because you're getting so much flavor. But they are really tasty, and I appreciate that flavor fusion combo. It works pretty nicely, because you get a nice kind of contrast to it. You do get the salty burst from what I'm assuming is like a soy sauce, and then, you do get like the sort of Cajun aspect. But the only thing that maybe I would say, especially when I think Cajun, I was thinking maybe it would have a little bit more spiciness to it. That would be kind of an interesting, because then you get the sweet, then you get, I'm just saying. But even as is, it's really tasty. Anyway, 2 questions have to be asked. Number 1, would I get it again? Number 2, would I recommend it? Excuse me. Would I get it again? Yes, but it would definitely not be my go-to. Because right now, salted egg reigns supreme. This one, I only have 2 to go off of, so it's second out of 2. But I would definitely see adding this one in periodically. It would not be, again, it wouldn't be my go-to, but like every now and again, I would definitely want to get some of these. Maybe like a half order or something like that. And if I was recommending it, I'm going to go with yes, but there's going to be a little bit of an asterisk. With the salted egg, I did recommend them, but I did tell people, like, hey, you know, it's going to help if you have a little bit of an adventurous palate. You know, it's not that crazy, but it's definitely unique. With these, I think the flavors at play are probably going to be a little bit more familiar to people, but because it does have such bold and rich flavor to it, I could see some people not being into it. So I would say give these a shot, but kind of approach with a certain amount of caution. Not a lot. Again, it's not that crazy or wacky, but, you know, just maybe go over there and be like, okay, you know, kind of what I recommended with the salted egg ones. Maybe split an order between your friends or something like that. They also said, too, like, because it was my first time being there, they're like, hey, if it's your first time being there, you know, we can go over there. They offered to let me taste samples of stuff and everything like that. So, very extremely cool guys, by the way. I have to say, like, the 2 guys who are working there were fucking fantastic. Like, super accommodating, super knowledgeable about what they're doing. Fantastic. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spectacular rest of your week. Monumental rest of the month. Stupendous rest of your folks. You can go over there and have yourselves a truly chicken tenders-tastic rest of your life, because chicken tenders are good, man. It's just one of those things. It's like, we kind of look at it as being like sort of a little kid's thing, you know? It's why it's on the kids menu when you go to most places. But it's like, man, chicken fucking tenders are good. Fuck you. Not just for little kids. They're delicious. It's just chicken meat. It's fried and it's tasty. It's like an adult chicken nugget. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do all the time? I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. It can be frustrating, man. You know, like, I've had a string of really good days between yesterday and today so far. Yesterday, you know, I had a day off of work, played some video games, which, man, I was like, been hankering to play some video games. I just really didn't have the energy, which sounds weird, but trust me, when you get older, it's a thing. You know, so I got in, I did that, and then went out to a really great show and stuff. Just like, yeah, man, yeah. But it's not always going to be like that. Sometimes it's going to be frustrating, stressful, etc. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing, whatever the thing is for you. That's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you have your own special sauce that you've got, just, you know, that you concoct in your own time, right? And maybe you've never really done anything with it, except, you know, maybe just put it on some of your own stuff, something like that. It's a good time. And, you know, but maybe now's the time to strike. I mean, you got that whole pink sauce lady thing going on, which, by the way, I reviewed the pink sauce, if you're interested. Man, that lady is a disaster. She is just, I watched, like, because I had no idea what the pink sauce even was until somebody recommended I try it, which, by the way, I do fan recommendations, so, you know, always feel free to toss those out there. But, yeah, then, like, I started looking more into it, and, like, all of her financial stuff, and, like, I hate to say it, it's like, seems to be a little bit of a head case. Her sauce is tasty, though. Like, some people have taken her actions to go over there and then be shitty against the sauce, and it's like, nah, I like the sauce, damn it. Not saying it's the best sauce ever, but I appreciate it for what it is. It's just that lady, unfortunately, man, she just, I don't know. And I don't like to be critical of people, but it's really hard when it's like, just continuously, every new thing that comes out just makes her look worse and worse. It's like, I hope she gets her fucking shit straightened out, personally. But maybe you can go over there and have your own sauce empire that doesn't have a whole bunch of stupid controversy that's completely avoidable. Anyway, bye.